Hi, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on another layout for Baby Got Scraps. There will be a list of creators in my description box below my video. Not everybody is doing a daily video, and that includes me. I will not be doing a daily video for this series this month, but I am going to participate as often as I can. So let's talk about what I have here, because it kind of looks like a hot mess. I have a photo of me taken in 2016 in front of our Christmas tree. I had gotten all dressed up to go to our church's Christmas Eve celebration. I have white cardstock. I have some pattern papers from a 2-page layout that I did last month, piece of scrap cardstock, which is probably not big enough for anything. These basic gray letter stickers, they are from their PB and J collection. They are 2011, so they are very, very old. And then I have a baggie of my hip kit embellishments and alphas from the last 3 Christmas kits. Actually, that's not quite true, because I didn't get the current Christmas kit, which is their November 2023 kit. I skipped it because I still had all of this beautiful, lovely stuff to play with. There are some scraps in here as well of pattern paper. I mostly pulled it to find embellishments to go with my layout. So that is what I will be working with. And I think I'm going to cut my photo into a circle if I can get it to look the way I want it to look. We'll see. I'll do that off camera. I won't bore you with cutting a photo with a die at all. But I just wanted to go ahead and show you what I'm playing with. I am going to do a little bit of mixed media on this background, some ink smooshing, so it won't take too long to dry. And then I'll be right back with the video sped up for you. Be right back. So as I mentioned, I wanted to get some ink smooshing on here, and I started with old paper, and it ended up being too stinking light for what I wanted. I wanted it to show up a little bit more, so I do end up bringing in another color. I think it's peeled paint is the one I grabbed the second time. It's okay to layer distress inks though, so you can kind of still see it when I pull or I put the other on top, but again, it wasn't really the color I wanted, so I had to change it up. I really love distress inks. They are some of my absolute favorite to do mixed media with. I love how they pull just so cool on backgrounds, and they're wonderful. I don't much care for stamping with them, however. So I didn't let this dry for very long before grabbing it and completing my layout. What I ended up doing is I cut out my picture with the circle, and when I was done with that, I just came on over back to my recording table and just started putting the layout together. The ink dried well enough that I could still go ahead and complete this layout, and then of course overnight it'll dry completely. So now I went ahead, and you can see that I put together those 2 pieces of pattern paper that I had. I set aside the one torn strip, and that red cardstock just was not big enough to use for this layout, so both of those got set aside. I found another red scrap in my red scrap bag, and so I cut a mat with that for the photo. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue it down to the background. You saw that I already stuck one of the clear stickers, that little leafy wreath up there, and newsflash, I didn't end up using those basic gray alphas instead, I decided that this title was perfect because I'm all dressed up to go to church for our candlelight service, and so I thought that was a pretty good title for this photo. I did not take a selfie of the whole family, it's just a photo of me, but I thought I looked cute, so anyway, I thought the title fit. It does bring in an additional color. It brings in a blue. And so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to start trying out different pieces. At first, I thought I might use this floral bit. I decided against it. And then I started grabbing the chipboard circles. I believe I end up grabbing 3 in total. And like I said, because the title brought in that blue, bringing in the blue with the other embellishments works out very well. And it uses up a little bit more of the embellishments from these kits. These are the November 2021, 2020, 2021, and 2022 kits from Hip Kit. I've used almost all of the papers. There are only scraps left, but I have a ton of embellishments. So I knew that I wanted to grab that clear 24th because this is Christmas Eve, and I try to use things that are dated like that pretty early when I'm doing themed scrapbooking such as Christmas, because if I don't, I forget to use them. I have done most of the Christmas layouts for 2015. I still have a few left, but they're all double pages, and so they didn't really fit the scraps. I'm going to need full sheets of paper to complete those layouts because I'm going to have to map photos, and I'm going to have 2 backgrounds, etc. So I put one of the chipboard frames down there at the bottom, and I will cut it off, of course, off camera. Here's where I bring in another blue chipboard flare. I like that a lot. And as I'm playing with this, I realize I really could use this for another hop that I am going to be working on. It's every Sunday in the month of January, and it's a shapes hop. And the first week is circles. And I have quite a few circles on this layout. I could have totally waited and done this for another day, but I didn't, so here we go. And I'm going to bring in a few more clear stickers. Clear stickers are something that I really have a hard time using, partly because I forget about them, but also partly I feel like I don't use them right, and so I wanted to get a few on this layout. And they work great when you have mixed media because it still shines through the clear sticker, but does add a little bit of something to the layout, which is great. I think I end up using 3 little flowers from the clear stickers and a couple leaf pieces, and as well as the date and that leafy wreath that I put on first. So I did use up quite a bit, or not quite a bit, but enough that I felt like I'm making some progress with using them. Next up, I'm just going to kind of look back and forth and see if there's anything else that I want to add. And I do decide I want to add another little holly leaf underneath my title. That worked out pretty well. And now I'm going to kind of look through these little bits and pieces of embellishments. I really thought I might grab some of those wooden ornaments, and I just didn't. And so right now I'm pretty happy with what I've got. All right. I did cut away for a few minutes because I realized that I forgot to cut out my label for my journaling. Otherwise, you saw me do everything on camera. I did trim off the bottom of that chipboard frame, and of course put my journaling on there. So I'm pretty happy with this layout that is mostly scraps. I mean, I used a full 12 by 12 piece of cardstock for the background, but everything else is, scrap paper and leftovers from other layouts. So this baby's got scraps, and they're now on a page. So I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. those likes and comments actually let YouTube know that my content is appreciated and helps get their algorithms and puts me out there a little bit more for people to see. So I do appreciate those, as do the rest of the ladies. And if there's any gentlemen on this hop, they appreciate those as well. Make sure that you check that description box below for that hop list. You will be amazed at the amount of creativity that you're going to see during this hop. I mean, we've all got scraps, we've all got to use them, and this is a great incentive to get these scraps onto layouts and layouts into albums. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.